What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And guys, for today's video I have several quite interesting news. First of all, I will show you that NextBridge Hydrocarbons published another update in their FAQ section, and it is quite interesting to see what are the changes in this document. On top of that, I will show you quite weird activity from AST, formerly known as AST, for now it is EQ, and the transferring of shares of NextBridge Hydrocarbons. And I will show you quite interesting details about the interactions with one of the broker-dealer. So, and before we dive deep into all of this, guys, if you want to know more about technical analysis, if you want to enhance your trading skills, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel and join my Patreon account. And guys, this is the post that I wrote on January the 30th. It is a public post that you can find on my Patreon. It is pretty much all trade alerts that I made from December the 1st to January the 30th. These are the results of these alerts. You can see that all of the trades were in profit except this one on December 19th. TRWV hit a stop loss order and we've lost about 1.33% on this trade, but all other trades are in green. That is why you can use these trades in your personal trades as a part of your due diligence. So guys, you've seen many of my trade calls, all delivering strong returns in just hours. Now it's your turn to trade smarter. Join my Safe Haven Patreon tier, built for traders who want consistency, structure and real results. You will get a detailed plan to protect your portfolio, monthly one-on-one Zoom sessions with me and private Discord access with all trade alerts, lessons and exclusive updates. And here is the best part. If you don't earn more than your subscription price within 30 days, you will receive a full refund, no question asked, as long as your trading account balance is at least $2,500 and you've taken all the recommended trades during the period. No excuses, no fine print. You profit or you don't pay. Join today and let's start building your edge in the market. And guys, I want to begin today's video with this tweet again. And in my previous video, I showed you that we have potentially one more ally from the top-level politician. And unfortunately, not so many people from MMTLP community believe that he will help us. For now, he can say everything in order to to receive your votes. But a lot of you think that he will not help us when he becomes a governor of Florida. So it is up to you, but at the same time, guys, I think that the more people we have on our side, the more chances we have to push our case forward. On top of that, guys, I received several letters of you and you asked me about Joanna or Intel. I told you that her previous, let's say, behavior was not so clear in terms of the MMTLP saga, and you asked me what I was talking about. And guys, here is the tweet, the screenshot of tweet that Joanna R. Intel wrote on December the 7th of 2022. Right before the U3 halt, and she wrote, MMTLP, tomorrow will be volatile day, drops to $3 to $4 and spikes. Do not be scared or sell cheap. NextBridge is your stop loss at $45 to $140, and it is not taxable event. Non-financial advice, just some common sense. Make shorts pay far more money. Good luck to all. So guys, you might think that it is just a screenshot and Joanna or Intel didn't write this tweet, but if you search in her Twitter account the same exact tweet, you will find it, and here it is. She didn't delete it, and I have to say that well, if you ask yourself why did you invest in NextBridge Hydrocarbons and previously in MMTLP, and if the answer was because of this type of so-called promotions, in this case, guys, you have to ask Joanna or Intel why did she do it, and she has well, she might be also involved in this so-called process of pumping and dumping of NextBridge hydrocarbon shares and MMTLP shares. And guys, at the same time, on December the 8th or December the 7th of 2022, I made a video. The link to this video you will find in the description below, the very first link in this video. You will see that I told you that if you don't want to be trapped in this story, you have to sell your shares, because at that point I already saw that the short squeeze will not happen, and it didn't happen. And guys, you have to be professional and you have to rely on all the facts. You shouldn't be blind to some facts, and you shouldn't use only one fact that proves your theory. On top of that, I want to pay your attention to quite interesting tweet that was written by Timeless Team. Timeless Team is the person who had a very high number, very high price for his shares, and he has this in, I believe, an E-Trade account, and this screenshot I showed you multiple times with the price of more than $200,000 per share. And for now, he wrote this tweet just a couple of days ago, and he wrote, "E-Trade duplicate invalid NBH transfer to EQ. What's next?" So I checked my AST EQ account just for the heck this morning, and was surprised with an extra 1,000 shares shown into my account as of February 25. I only have a single in-process request in E-Trade for 1,000 shares, waiting on certificate to be cut. So someone messed up. Called E-Trade to investigate, and they see no additional transfer on their end. But they understood my problem and sent a note to the tech who did the initial transfer, waiting on a callback. I think the problem is he submitted another transfer request a couple days after the first transfer by mistake. Why, I have no idea. Then called AST to verify the process used, and they told me it came in the same way as the February 19 correct transfer, via withdrawal by transfer electronic transfer. EQ said E-Trade has to fix the error on their end. With this screw up, I expect E-Trade to undo this so-called invalid transfer they did last week, as I did not request 2,000 certificated shares to EQ and two separate certificates, only 1,001 certificate that I never really wanted anyway. On the interesting side, thinking this might be a good test to see how hard it is to get 1,000 shares sent in error at AST back to the broker account, since this is a good reason to do so, as they screwed that request all up. Is this a first? Why me? We'll see, MMTLP. And he added all the screenshots that proves everything that he wrote in this tweet. Definitely, guys, we see a lot of weird things connected to MMTLP story, and we have to find the truth. To be honest, I have no idea why did it happen and why did it happen with Timeless Team. So let me show you another quite interesting update. For now, we have a new update from NextBridge Hydrocarbons. Junk Savvy wrote this basically a couple of days ago. NextBridge Hydrocarbons posts new FAQ to investor site, clarifies issues concerning digital tokenization, open short obligations, and transferring shares to NBH's transfer agent, etc. And you can see, well, wait a second, you can see that NextBridge Hydrocarbons Twitter account also made this statement just a couple of days ago. And here is this PR statement. The company has posted an updated list of answers to frequently asked questions to our website. This FAQ document is created for investor convenience and addresses questions commonly posted to our investor relations team. It is available for review and download at our website. And guys, you can download it, but I want to pay attention to some comments from MMTLP community member. Acelot wrote this, insofar as, and he refers to the same exact document, and he highlighted this. Is the NextBridge Hydrocarbons a private company? NBH is a private company insofar as its shares of common stock are not traded on a public stock exchange. NBH is, however, required to comply with public company periodic and current reporting requirements under the Securities Exchange Act 1934. You can access the company's public filings at the SEC official website. And guys, for now we have some discrepancies in the definition of public company, private company and publicly reporting company. As you can see, Due Diligence responded to the Ocelot's tweet just 23 hours ago. He added the screenshot of Cromwell Coulson statement, and Cromwell Coulson said it is a private company. Ocelot responded, I think he's wrong here. I think a lot of people use the term private to describe its not trading status erroneously, but for purposes of securities registrations, they are a public company. You can't relinquish your status as a public company simply by removing DTCC eligibility. If this was an actual take-private transaction, shareholders would have been bought out and their reporting obligations would have been eliminated. Due Diligence responded to this. I have to disagree in part. There is components to being a truly public company, and NBH doesn't meet them. Definitely it is difficult to argue with this statement. Platinum wrote, it sounds like all they need for you to consider them fully public would be a QSIP. And Ocelot wrote, yeah, real private companies are extremely selective with their equity issuance and have contractual terms that restrict transfer or have right of first refusal, effectively eliminating secondary markets, specifically so that they aren't brought under Section 12 reporting obligations. Public versus private isn't necessarily concerned with market versus no market. The concern is about the exposure of the public, especially non-accredited investors. That's the legislative goal with Section 15 and Section 12. So guys, a lot of people think that public company is the company that can be tradable on an open market. But according to these documents, Section 15 and Section 12 of SEC Commission, well, the only difference in between these two companies is not their DTC eligibility, and basically is not the fact that they can be tradable, but the fact that they can and they have to disclose their information publicly for non-accredited investors. And this is a very important part that not so many people still can understand in this story. On top of that, let me show you that in the same exact FAQ, Aaron Cho found another discrepancy. He wrote, looks like their FAQ mentions a Broncho prospect instead of the Bronco prospect that was in their SEC filings. And guys, well, quite interesting, but wait a second, let me show you right here the tweet from Bailey DeVroe. She wrote, and wait a second, I will show you somewhere here. In response to John Burda's tweet, she wrote that she asked basically John Burda, I wonder if he knows that assets were a scam and they are never tried to sell them. Which means, guys, well, we know that Orogrande Basin and Orogrande assets was the main reason of the intrinsic value of NextBridge hydrocarbons, and it was the only asset that should be sold in order to pay dividends. But according to George Paliker's statement that he made under the oath, he said that it wasn't any negotiations to find even a single buyer for this asset. That is why, guys, if they knew, I mean the board of directors, if they knew upfront about the status of this Orogrande asset, if they knew that it was an empty space and empty earth, does it mean that they made it intentionally and they sold their shares to basically benefit out of the shareholders, ordinary shareholders? It is another huge question mark. So let me show you another quite interesting negotiations of Brian with Webull. And Brian wrote, hello NBH, I'm one of your devoted shareholders. Webull says a corporate action that is not under their control is happening. I'm reaching out for some clarification. Please use this QSIP number in your reply. And this is a new number that appeared just recently, just several days ago, in some of the broker dealers. And guys, we don't know the reason why did it happen. No one can explain it, and definitely I believe that Next Bridge Hydrocarbons Board of Directors should explain why did it happen, but they didn't do any updates in their FAQ section to disclose this information. And well, let me show you this tweet and these negotiations as well. Brian wrote, breaking news, Webull says we don't control what's happening. NBH does and contact them. Well, NBH, what say you? And definitely we have to see more information, and you deserve to know it because you are sure you are an NBH shareholders, and you have a right to know what is happening with your money, with your company. On top of that, guys, you know that a lot of people think that your money is frozen, but here is the fact that everything can be resolved within a blink of an eye. Puzzled Raccoon wrote this tweet 1 hour ago, and he said, MMTLP, manual highlights the culprit for removing property rights, and it's Greg McCabe. He removed your ability to sell your property or ever get your investment back. Folks should Google the definition for the word investment and then Google the definition for donation. And he refers to the tweet that was written by Manuel, and Manuel wrote this. So this screenshot, and you can read just let me read you just last paragraph. How quickly will AST sell my shares? AST aggregates all sales requests and executes sales on the open market through a non-affiliated broker. AST typically sells shares on a daily basis. We may, at our discretion, sell shares less frequently, but no later than 5 trading days after receipt, if the total number of shares to be sold is not sufficient. And guys, this means you can sell your shares if Greg McKay allows you to do it. And he doesn't want to make NBH shares DTCC eligible because in this case he will be responsible for all the scam that he made back in the days, and he's trying to cover. That is why, guys, ask yourself honestly, who was the person who attracted you to this investment, so-called investment, and why did you do it? Was your intention to benefit out of the short squeeze, or was your intention to receive the dividends? It is two different questions. On the one hand, you have to rely on the problem of U3 halt. On the other hand, you have to rely on the Next Bridge Hydrocarbons Board of Directors. So I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you.